Good afternoon, YouTube. Just thought I'd make another video. So this video is going to be around my top three altcoins for 2019 going into 2020. This is just my own opinion, so take this with a pinch of salt. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy on the internet that has a very keen interest on cryptocurrencies. And on this top 10 3 review, I'm doing it now because there's not really that much happening in the market. It's a bit boring at the moment. So I thought it would be a good time to just do this video now. So I'm going to do this in 3 different steps. I'm going to do one between the number 1 to the number, say, 10 coin. And then after that, I'll do it from 11 to, say, 30. And then after that, then I'll put my third option as one that is 30 and below in terms of the coin market cap listing. So for me, if you've been watching some of my previous videos, you probably already could tell which are my favorite coins, but I'll just go through them now. So my top 1 to 3, or the top coin that I am most bullish about, of course, is XRP. This has been going mad over the last couple of weeks. If you haven't been watching the news, you know, they've partnered with Santander, they've partnered with MoneyGram, they've partnered with so many different companies, and they're making so many acquisitions at the moment. Literally every other day I'm seeing news about XRP on the lead up to their Swell conference, which is at the beginning of November. And they are absolutely killing it at the moment. And at the moment, you know, the price is only just below 30 cents, and that's a key resistance area. So it's going to be very difficult for Ripple to break that key boundary. After that, if it breaks 30 cents, then it's going to just, you know, skyrocket to maybe 36 cents, then probably around 45, then 55, and then, you know, it's going to just keep going up and up and up. And I don't see a dollar being a major barrier for XRP. I could see it going up to $10 potentially. So there's a lot of predictions out there. You know, a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, the XRP is going to hit $1,000. It's going to hit, you know, $500. You know, they are very high estimations for XRP. And that means that XRP would be having a market cap in the trillions. I don't know if it's actually going to go to that extent. It might do, but my best advice is if you keep your expectations low, then if it does go above your expectations, then you'll be pleasantly surprised. And you might want to be thinking about selling off some of your XRP as it increases in price. So you might decide, okay, when it hits $3, I'm going to sell off 10% of my holdings. When it reaches $10, I'm going to sell off, you know, say another 20% of your holdings. When it reaches $50, I'm going to sell off 40% of my holdings, and so on, until you reach your goal, whatever your price target is for XRP. So moving on from that, and I'm sure you saw it on my other tabs, my next top coin is, of course, VeChain. So VeChain isn't really talked about that much at the moment. And whenever it gets in the news and it's got a big partnership, you know, the price just absolutely explodes. That's where you want to sell, and then it goes down again, and then it explodes again, and then it goes down again. So it's a very volatile asset. The reason why I say VeChain though is because, you know, they've got really good partnerships. They've got DNV, they've got PricewaterhouseCoopers. They've kind of got a partnership with BMW, although when you actually check to see what partnership they've got with BMW, it seems like sort of any company can, well, not any company, but you know, it's like a piloting scheme that BMW runs for a lot of different businesses out there. So I think with that, it's a bit touch and go. But saying that, you know, they've got a lot going for it. The problem is VeChain is tied quite heavily with the Chinese government, and you've also got IBM working on projects for supply chain management. But if you just think of the Chinese market and how much product China actually exports to the rest of the world, pretty much anything and everything is made in China. So if China adopts VeChain for the majority of their products that they manufacture within that region, then moving forward, you're going to see other regions starting to adopt VeChain as well, because they will start seeing VeChain as the standard for tracking products around the world and keeping key metadata about products that are being shipped. So I think there are some risks because they are tied tightly to the Chinese government, but I still think even if they were just to stay in China, their market cap could grow exponentially, and their value will be through the roof. Now the final one, and again you probably saw it, is of course Insular. So before I wasn't as bullish about this project. I thought, okay, these guys are maybe spreading themselves too thin. Maybe they're being a bit too ambitious, because initially they were called INS Ecosystems, and they were just targeting the consumer or the supermarket divisions, where they were going to help make it easier for, let's say, like washing powder or cheese or milk or any supermarket product to get through. Then they rebranded themselves as Insular, and when they did that, they then expanded their scope to include unlimited scalability, security, simplified development, regulatory compliance, user protection, interoperability. And you can see here they help companies design their own blockchain as they see fit for their business, which is key because, companies are not going to have to, customize and try and adapt to a blockchain. This is where they've got a blockchain and they are adapting to the company's needs, which I think is very important, because when you look at some of the biggest multinational businesses in the world, they're not going to change their systems and for anything to suit a blockchain system, to work with a blockchain system. They're just going to carry on with the system they've got, and systems that they want to implement into their company would have to adapt accordingly. It's like they want to put it and make it work with SAP, for example. So I think I'm very bullish on Insular. They're rated about 300 and something, 350-ish, something like that at the moment. So they're quite low down on the list. But the biggest thing for them, obviously, they partnered with Oracle and Microsoft Azure, and that's absolutely massive. So I think these three cryptocurrencies are going to do very well in 2019, going into 2020. And yeah, I think they'll do all right. So again, just to point out, I am not a financial expert. Please do your own research, make your own decisions. Whatever you invest in is your decision. It doesn't come back to me. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you very much for listening if you got to this part of the video, and I'll see you in the next one.